Hello, welcome back to Kaiserreich. Let's see. So we're still fighting in the highlands, the mountains of Iberia. We're on pause here. Oh, and the game is being very laggy, but that, you know, tends to happen in the later parts of Hoi 4. Some of that stuff is supposed to be rectified in the most recent patches. Like, oh god. The performance is meant to be better in both 1.7 and the Kaiserreich hotfix for 1.7, which is meant to, you know, fix some of the problems with performance in Kaiserreich itself. Oh god, that's a heavy tank. Please get... Oh my god, we got it, but it's like... It's a really bad spot. Let's see, we can probably do something like this. Go pin. And then we gotta get some anti-tank weapons, I think. Otherwise this isn't gonna work. We're so close to that encirclement, but it's just not happening. Look at this shit. Oh god. And now that we're probably out of tanks at this point. Because of those losses. Or no, actually we didn't take that many losses. Like, it's not great, but it's not terrible either. 3.6 Runkin. And so on and so forth. You should watch Chernobyl if you haven't. It's so good on HBO. I mean, if you have a subscription, that is. Actually, let's pin them again, because fucking hell, dude. Yeah, no. Let's yeet this front line. Keep these guys held there. Let's try to bring the Royal Guard up as well. We might not need this many troops in this area over here. Like, this is where the enemies got all their tanks and stuff, and this is where they're fighting heaviest, or the fighting is the heaviest. And once all these guys get their organization back, I'll try for another push. Did we have anything else that we need to ship over or anything? Don't think so. Yeah, I went to the doctors today, and so he could not positively identify what was wrong. However, he did have some theories which were, you know, they aligned with what I have read online and stuff in terms of what it could be, and that's, you know, bothering my throat and all that. And he referred me to a specialist and prescribed me some medication, which I'm not meant to take until, or meant to go to the pharmacist and grab until I know for sure that I need it, because, you know, it would be kind of a waste of money to go grab it and stuff. So I'm gonna wait for that, and then yeah, so I'm gonna go to the specialist. I don't know when, and they're probably gonna have a look down my throat or some shit. It's gonna be interesting. Like, shove a big old snake camera down my throat or something. And all in all, so this is not meant as a dig at other countries' healthcares, but or healthcare systems. But every time I, you know, participate in Norwegian healthcare, which has been more frequently lately, or you know, take advantage of the system. It, you know, every time I feel very happy to live in the country that I live in, because compared to the horror stories that you hear online from other countries, it's very, very decent. I think I looked it up, and like American consultation and stuff, that can cost like 100 to 200 bucks and stuff. And I got not only consultation, I got a referral to a specialist, and the specialist is not going to cost a lot. It's like barely anything. And if you get a referral, that is. And also got prescription medication, which all in all cost me less than the alcohol I bought today. And I did not buy a lot of alcohol, only 3 bottles of soju, a Korean spirit. So, you know, it's pretty good. Alright, we might be able to get in here. The tank, though, keeps losing organization. I think maybe... let's have a look here. Yeah, I think the thing we're gonna do is potentially change the motorized artillery to... Wait, hold, are we even creating motorized artillery? Or how does that work? I actually have no clue how motorized artillery works. I probably did when I designed the division, but let's see, it uses manpower, artillery, and motorized. Okay. Yeah, I think we need more organization, so I think I'm gonna swap this out for... for some motorized infantry. Truck drawn rocket artillery or motorized rocket artillery. This is like a book or whatever, the Russian thing. Like the fucking wild shit that just like launches 24 rockets or something off of a truck. It's insane. If you watched videos of them firing, it's fucking crazy. Like they fire at a rhythm as well, so people make remixes and stuff. It's awesome. Of course, also horrible because those have been used in war in recent years. Yeah, so this would give us 6 extra organization compared to the motorized artillery's. Yeah, the motorized artillery gives us minus organization or just doesn't give us as much. 40 organization, compare that to an infantry division. 60 organization, yeah. The job of the tank isn't to necessarily be engaged in long-term fights, but I think it might just be a good idea to do this. In fact, actually no. I'll reset and I'll try something else. Ah, fuck. So I was thinking of doing some... I'm trying to get the width to 20 and keeping it at 20 just because of the various terrain modifiers and stuff. Like you either want to keep them at 20 width, or you want to have them at 40 width, which is like what a bunch of min-maxers do for infantry. We can't really do that because we don't have enough manpower to do that. That would mean like essentially doubling our designs. Like I could add another infantry here, which I probably will. But yeah, it would mean doubling our designs so that which would then in essence leave us with half the divisions basically, meaning we can't hold as long of a line. Instead, what we do is we'll have 20 width divisions holding the line, and then maybe have some 40 width divisions for pushing. That's all in the far-flung future when we actually have manpower and more industry. You know what I'm thinking? Wait for these guys to get their shit together. Oh, yeah, motorized infantry. I'm gonna change that. Wait for these guys to get their shit together. I might put some other stuff on these guys, like self-propelled guns when we get those. It lowers the organization quite a lot, actually. But yeah, either way, like, wait for these guys to get their shit back up, and then maybe just nuke this and take it. Let's let them put as many troops inside that pocket, though, as they can. No, we're not gonna get the air superiority. I completely forgot about that part. That's never gonna happen, so the nuke is not an option. In which case, if we get two nukes, we're going to employ it in a strategic fashion and keep one in our back pocket for a tactical nuke. The only strategic place I see where we could drop one would be Paris. Oh, the fucking phone. Okay, I didn't realize that, but we haven't actually set this to be a place that the convoys should try to avoid. Not that they necessarily are going to do that, because sometimes the AI is stupid, like here where they go through the English Channel. Those might not be our convoys though, those might be allied convoys. I think the blue ones are ours. Or are they not? No, blue ones are imports. Yeah. Oh yeah, blue ones are ours. This is the AI just not using the convoys in a very intelligent fashion. The Transomer Republic has capitulated. Also, there's some non-Kaiserreich music, some non-copyrighted music. That music isn't going to get me claimed. We gotta put on something that gets me copyright claimed. So... yeah, we're gonna try pushing now. It's probably not gonna work, but we may as well make a probing attack. Let's have a look then. Yeah, it's not gonna work. The alternative is to try to go for Lyon and then go from there to somewhere. We might take Lyon and then, for example, I'm worried about doing that though because it's gonna, you know, extend the line, but we might take Lyon and then attack this province from two different directions, which is going to give us a slight bonus. I do want to do that, but still in a kind of a shit situation in terms of how many troops we can dedicate to all that. Like we can't push all our troops in here and dedicate them to an attack, which we might need to in order to actually get that attack going, because we have too many troops around us, like too many enemy troops around us. These places are plains, so the mountain troops are best suited sitting here in the hills. In fact, that's mountains there, so I might actually send a mountain troop over there and grab an infantry division. And that is also mountains, so I'll send another mountain division. Oh boy, they're attacking. I'm gonna pin these guys. Basically, I'm lowering their organization because these guys are attacking, and these guys would pick up the slack once they're done attacking, basically like rotating out. So in doing this, I'm preventing them from doing that. Also causing further losses on troops that are retreating through there. There we go, hold. Let's see, for fuel, we're going to prioritize the army right now, just because the tank, make sure that the fuel goes there, even though we're not going to run out in the near future, but in 1.3 years we might. See, where are we actually active? we don't need to be raiding here anymore, but I'll set them to mine laying so we can refresh those mines. And this mine laying is done, so we can actually start raiding over here. Is this Guelders or something? Navarra, Old Castile? No, it's not. I want to repair the infrastructure here if possible, just to help us out a little bit. These guys are suffering attrition though, which is actually really good. But so are we. I don't know, dude. I want to do the Leon thing. Not seeing any spots that are weak enough, really. It seems to be working. Honestly, I'm not even sure what we're gonna go with here. Tank destroyers would be cool. Actually, we could. Oh yeah, someone actually did suggest we should go for AA, which I'm gonna do, and build some AA in the Netherlands. And I was kind of reticent to do so, kind of hesitant to do so, because I think the these guys might just break at some point, but they're holding very well, so I might actually build that AA there just to remove that air superiority so we can start using tactical nukes again, and also try to inflict a bunch of casualties on the enemy's air force. Yeah, now our allies here are sending so many friendly troops here that we're starting to suffer a lot of attrition. Which means we need to start capturing the entire province or something, or we need to start maybe actually upgrading Bilbao. Let's do that. Well, let's see here. I just got a Steam message from a friend that said Norway in 1949, so not much happening. And if only he knew. You can't see my Steam message, obviously. That's probably for the best. Or the Steam overlay if I chose to answer that message. One of the features I really like about OBS, the fact that that kind of stuff is very neatly hidden. Yeah, if you have people on your friends list on Steam, the Paradox added that like expanded or like rich activity view or whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but basically it shows you what your friend is doing in a game. You can turn it off, I think, and limit how much information you get. But in Crusader Kings, it's particularly funny, especially because sometimes it doesn't actually reflect what's going on. But it'll say stuff like seducing as, you know, King Knut the Cunt or whatever in Saxony 19. No, that would be a strange year for Crusader Kings. I mean 948 or whatever. There's so many troops here. I'm not going to attack into that. That's fucking idiotic. Dude, it seems more and more likely that we just need to like go this way, which is such a bad encirclement to go for. Because it just leaves a huge snake for here that, you know, they could just attack here and take out all these troops. It's such a bad plan, but it's the one that they seem to be leaving. Like, it's the only option they seem to be leaving me. How many troops do they got here? Quite a lot. Yeah, they got quite a lot of troops everywhere. Let's pull more troops out. Get more troops into the pocket. Or into the bulge, rather. That's what this is. Technically, it's a bulge. One in which the enemy can attack from multiple directions, but you can only attack from a few. Strategically, not a good thing to, or not a good situation to be in. Unless you're pushing for a very, very important strategic objective. Those maintenance companies might be good for the tanks, just to get us, or make sure that we have less breakdowns and stuff, so we don't need to reinforce so many of them. Because currently we only have a stockpile of 53, and we used to have a stockpile of more. So I heard a naval alert, and I was very scared. I think it's just, yeah, it's this battle here. Waiting some convoys. Honestly, this seems like a better place to attack, but I might just be miscounting here. Alright, let's try this. They're attacking, so we're gonna attack them as well. Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, that kind of battle would take way too long. Not gonna work. We simply don't have the longevity of, or the ability to just fight that long. We need more troops to do that. But we are hammering them hard, and they are retreating. Slowly but surely, like, they're getting pushed out, but we'd need to regain organization at a rate so much higher than they are losing it that we wouldn't be able to, like, keep this up. And now reinforcements come as well. Wonder if we have any traits such as organization rate or reinforcement rate. We do not, because for some reason I'm not gaining any traits. That's much too sad. Yeah, and they're regaining all that stuff again. Huh. Trying to think of what would be a more efficient strategy. I think the snake thing is gonna have to happen. Seems like the only strategy left to us. And then we're gonna have to starve them out for a long time and hope that we don't get cut off here. I'll keep this in production because the manpower isn't going anywhere and they're trained as well, so if we lose our marine division, this one can be deployed quite quickly. Actually no, shit, they need to be trained as well. Oh well. I'll still keep them there though, just so I don't actually forget that we kind of need more marines and stuff. Alright, let's deselect, never mind, it's shift. Click, there we go, deselect one, make the rest attack, make the rest support, and try for the snake. Right, as expected, we took the territory. Now we just need to... Wait, what is the tank? Oh, the tank got... Oh, that's annoying. The tank actually got pushed, or got like worn down in terms of organization before it would actually take the province, which is kind of the opposite of what you want with a tank. Which is why I'm thinking we need those extra motorized in those in that tank division, because the idea is that the tank is going to be the first one to take the province afterwards, so that nothing else can rush in, and so they can potentially, continue the fight and continue the push before the enemy can actually reinforce. Just keep constant momentum. Obviously not possible if they are out of organization. Makes the tank division kind of useless. So we are going to have to slap on some more motorized onto that tank division, sadly. Which, it's not going to be the worst because we have a lot of motorized. At some point we might upgrade that to mechanized as well. Now the organization is 47 instead of 38, and have a look actually if what we lost here. We lost armor and stuff. Should be fine though. Now the tank needs to reinforce. The infantry don't though, and we still have a weak spot here. When I see those heavy tanks moving around, I get very scared. Luckily, the AI is just redeploying all around the line, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, and we have another Normandy landing. Canadians just can't get enough of those. And they're actually taking a lot of territory, because the French had literally no defenses there. Iberia declared war on the Kingdom of France. Ouch. So I'm thinking we might drop the nuclear bomb on Bordeaux. Let's see, Bordeaux is... actually no, Lyon is better. Marseille is worse than Lyon. Yeah, because we can't do it on Paris because they now have air superiority. Unless we assign a ridiculous amount of fighters. Let's try it. Let's nuke Paris while the Canadians are within arm's reach of it, just to A, stop this attack, and B, cause the surrender threshold to go lower. This 75% air superiority, which we do not have. The fighters have still not arrived. Or what? Yeah, they're still deploying. We're gonna lose a lot of oil when that happens. What happened here? Guess we got beaten back. Okay, there we go, air superiority. For a brief moment. Which we then promptly lost because the French automatically assigned more fighters, because that's what the AI does. Yep, they just keep doing it. Which case, scrap these. Sign them to southern France, which gives us air superiority, and then drop the bomb. The air superiority is slowly climbing. Might want to take that airport there. Honestly, shouldn't be that hard. What about the air wing there in Sardinia, or is it Corsica? Corsica. Oh, never mind. The second we assign fighters, the enemy does too. That's a problem. And the French have responded now to the Normandy landing, as expected. I'm just trying to drop it the moment we get the air superiority. I talked about not nuking such a historic and important city, but we are now at this point in the war and in the world where I think old buildings are very much far down on the priority list, or in fact civilian lives, which the losses of those must have been countless at this point. I just never get it the way I want it. I never get my will. Go on then. Now I can't even find the normal Norwegian songs. This is extremely weird. Like I hate the way this has fucked this version of the game for me. Well, let's just make it this song then. And let's do casualties in terms of so the Canadians almost 4 million now, 5 million for the Commune of France, 2.5 million for the Iberian Federation. In terms of our effect on that, it is negligible. See what we've lost this episode. This is not actually all wars. My bad. Or is it? Strange, we don't actually see... This nation is not in the war but can be called into it. Which one is actually current then? $401 actually. 401,000 is what we've taken in terms of losses. And Paris has been bombed with a nuclear bomb. Yeah, we've taken 400,000 losses, which is insane for Norwegian standards. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like, you can reach me on social media following the links in the description down below, and you can also support me financially on Patreon following the link in the description down below. And that is about it. The tiers on Patreon are, well, there's only one of them, and it's only $1 and up, so you can give however much or however little you want as long as it's $1. It's basically there so that everyone gets the same amount and everyone can contribute to their ability. Not a big fan of the whole like tier system because it kind of, I don't know, it instills a sort of idea of you know, these people, because they have more money, should get more, which not my philosophy really. We're also losing here. I'll take care of this. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.